Hi, I love you. Yes, I do. And you feel it, many of you. You felt it many times in these recordings, these broadcasts, my teaching, the lessons that I teach. And that's good. I hope you do. My desire is for you to feel love, feel loved, and love each other, loving you first. Love that is an energy that transcends all the energies that we have felt limited to and lived our life accordingly up to now. I'm ready to live a new life. Are you? Are you ready to create it? Are you willing to create a new life? Not limited by yours, not limited by each other. Are you willing to come into a school, creating a community, a classroom, outdoors, a classroom without limits, where there are no guidelines, not but the values, not of repetition, not of rote learning, not being limited line by line, precept by precept, not trying to eat pre-digested material vomited out by somebody repeating that which was repeated many times. Are you willing to newly create you? A new creation that comes not under the umbrella of anything else because you're no longer looking for accreditation, the blessing of some authority. Are you willing to come out from under the authority that only uses you to serve it, to be its member, its race, its species, its concubine, its carrier, its host? What are you hosting? A party? Or are you hosting a bunch of words in you, a conglomeration that feed you a, a bunch of limitations? Is your mind an infestation of thought that other people have thunk up to infect your thinker, for you to think like they do? I'm asking you to give me a chance. Not. I'm asking you to give you a chance and enter the opportunity to be saved from you. To be saved from you. To be saved. Yes, I'm asking you to consider entering a school, a community, a creation, all of creators that combine to take the limits off of each other and save you from the rapture. What rapture? Save you from religion? Save you? Where you save you from all the things you thought you were supposed to do and all the things you thought you were supposed to be and all the rules and regulations and laws that you thought you were to comply with. I'm asking you to be a creature of habit no more, but one of love. Love that doesn't destroy you. Love that doesn't take you to a cross or to worship at the foot of a cross or to take you to death. and say, here's a casket, it's your time, crawl in. The last enemy is death, and you can defeat it. And we are no longer children running about the earth to and fro, looking for a master, looking for someone to serve. We've become, I am the real me. And if you don't know what that means and you don't understand that, please go back and listen, re-listen to these lessons. Many of you I know have listened over 100 hours. But at each lesson being about an hour, 100, that's 3 months worth. I received a note from someone the other day, said they'd been listening to me for over 2 years. I didn't know that. Thank you. But what is the purpose? I want to make it very clear. My purpose is not in disseminating information to help you continue to be who you've been. I'm not interested in helping you continue to be who you've been with all your limitations, your pain, your suffering, feelings of inadequacy. I'm interested in creating leaders. I'm interested in perpetuating a new leadership of the cosmos, so that we are no longer stuck in the refuge of earth, or was it purgatory or hell? Some really good coffee. I want to thank you for listening. And I thank you for considering in your own mind that you may be more than you've ever been taught, more than you've ever thought, more than you've ever even allowed your imagination to consider. We're taking the reins off of each other. We're taking the bit and the bridle off of each other's head and out of each other's mouth. We're learning to live with a new set of values. We're learning to live with unconditional love, creating a community, a school. I'm not interested in perpetuating that which has limited you. I bring you new knowledge, for I have forged it. Not like a forgery, but like a hammer and anvil. Or have I created something that decreates a lot of things? I ask, you answer, and in your answers, you will begin to question. And you will have more questions. This is the school, not of law, but a school of love, unconditional love, unconditional surrender to begin to learn who you really are. and come together and create and begin to share and begin to learn and begin to write. Open up. Begin to find your voice. Begin to create your confidence in who you are, a leader. I'm not looking for followers. I don't seek followers. Certainly don't graduate any followers. This is not about following. This is not about servanthood, servant leadership, being a spectator, waiting for somebody else to come do something for you, wanting to accept salvation, accept God, accept a theory, sit on the sidelines, be told what to do, when to do it, when to show up, what to wear and how to wear it. Gosh, we're beyond that now. We're going beyond all the rules of the past and the legends of the saints and the writings of their words that have so incarcerated us to keep us here waiting, sidelined as spectators. Spectators of what? Creation? When we're all creators? I'm asking you to create a school. Plain and simple. In this school of cosmic leadership, you are not alone. And you can't do it alone. And you can't operate alone. This is not how love operates. Love doesn't operate as a recluse in a cave of its mind. Love creates. Love creates. Love keeps no record of wrong. Love has no anger. Love has no jealousy. Love has no attributes whatsoever of control. So all of the control, the gaslighting, the narcissism, the common behavior of religious people, as well as so many others. See it for what it is. But be not dismayed at the headlines, the wars, the rumors of wars, the earthquake, the volcanoes, tectonic plates, asteroids, aliens. This is the School of Cosmic Leadership, and I am Theodore Cottingham, founder, lover of you who will be in the school, creating the school, creating your school to be not just a little tiny itty-bitty separate part. I'm asking you to lead. To lead, you must learn. There are values. There's diction and grammar to learn, a syntax. There are manners to learn. Even table manners. Will you love each other? Will you share? Will you share your love and no longer limit it? Will you share your love? The energy of love, the energy of light, love, and peace the energy of empowerment, the energy that doesn't take anything from you to rob you, destroy you, to kill you, but to wake up, to become alive, born again, to birth something anew, non-religiously, no longer needing religion's stories, no longer needing a Christ to serve. I ask you to come out of the service of all the others you have served. Be your own authority. My friend, learn how to walk in your own authority. Learn how to create your authority. I can teach, and I can teach. I've channeled for over 21 years, and I've learned a new breath to breathe. I've learned not new laws, not just new data. I've learned to experience, what shall I say, an energy that communicates, that creates, without the tongue of folly, without the tongue that simply follows others and regurgitates what they've heard. I'm inviting you to participate, to enroll, to attend, to become the new school that I am creating on my breath, with my breath, breathing me into place as I teach, breathing me, the energy of me, the empowerment of you to empower you, to see the words, to feel the experience, to touch the Lamb of God. No more, for there's no more apart from you. Some God, some deity, some divine. We're going back home. We're going back to the original before time began, before there was ever religion on this earth. Let's go back before this earth existed, before the Big Bang. Cosmic leadership. Not for the timid, not for the faint of heart. But if you're desperate enough, if you've had enough of this shit of this world, if you've been kicked around, limited, told to sit down, do what you're told. When you've had enough of sitting on a pew, doing the same thing week after week, month after month, year after year, decade after decade, all the while expecting something different. Some people call that well, you know the label. I don't know. It's decision time for many of you, I think. It's decision time, where you're going, what you're doing, who you're going to be, what you're going to be doing in the future, creating the past no more as your future. No more living the words of the past. You're willing to flow a new energy, a new love, the unlimited kind, the unlimited one, to become the unlimited. Many of you will move, change cities now. It's not easy to be who you really are. It's very costly. And this is the costliest school on planet Earth. Because, see, you're giving up so much. You give up so much to be a part of this school. You give up everything. What are you giving up? Your limitations, your lack, your need for approval, your need for friends, your need for social media. Do you have any needs at all? If you really know who you are and become it. This is a school of creators to create creation again. Sounds far out, I know. But how do I know these things? How do I speak these things? I couldn't speak these things a year ago, several years ago, like I do now. I've had to grow. I've been in the school of channeling something for 21 years. Where's the data? Well, there's over 2,000 videos on YouTube now on my channel. Probably 600 or 800 are about anywhere from 15 seconds to 1 minute. And almost all of the others probably average about an hour. And I've recorded many videos that I've never uploaded. I have a website with over 2,000 posts. I've transcribed myself many of my teaching, my recording. And before I began on YouTube, I began writing daily, channeling the first person words of I am. I am the I am. But I didn't know that. It didn't start that way. Have you been to Database One? What a simple name. Maybe too generic. I call it just Database One when I began. You can go to my website, TheodoreCottingham.com. There's a link. Lessons from Another World. The Meonics Covenant. Meonics. Meons. You think meon can be a particle? Like neutron, electron, proton? What do you think? I don't think it's the Higgs particle. Not the way Higgs has defined it, or other people. But what do you know about the Higgs particle or quantum operations? Do you think there can be a quantum mind? A quantum world? A quantum existence? beyond what we see in the visible empirical, but yet right under our nose. So hidden, we walk in it, walk through it all the time, not aware. What are we not aware of? We've been so aware of our limitations. We've been so aware of religion, so aware of what we taught was God, God law, God love, God this, God that. So many people purport to speak for God, explain God. But what are the values of unconditional love? There's no hate. There's no anger. There's no brutality. So if your God tells people to go into another land, conquer it, slaughter all the men, women, children, well, that's not my God. And that is not unconditional love. That is control. And so many people on the earth have no understanding of these things. But I have a school. I'm raising up a school. And students will appear. You see, I feel it. I think it. I speak it. It comes through me. What's coming through me? An energy of love, formation. Formation. I'm forming something. I'm not just disseminating information to help you get through the day, Groundhog Day, and do the same thing tomorrow. Did you see the movie Groundhog Day? You relate to that? I've mentioned many movies. And I teach like this, and what I teach changes. It grows. There's an energy of development, advancement. Revelation. So here I am. An old guy in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, USA. 73, with a vision of love, creating a community, a school unlike any other, because this school is built from within. From within each person. It's built from within. The house, temple. Existence. The very existence not made with hands. So that you can begin to experience walking in the infinite interdimensional. Because the real you is not limited to a 3D world. Time, space, or gravity either. And you're not limited to protons, electrons, and neutrons, organelles, quarks, Higgs particles. But there's a new love. There's a new world. And if you see it, if you enter it, you create it. Heaven is to be created by the Creator. You learn. Walk on water. Calm the storm. Feed the 5,000. Raise the dead. What is all that about? Jesus' motive? John 14:12, if you believe in me, you'll do all the works I do and more. So I'm speaking a message not of faith. My message is all about love, unconditional love. Unconditional love that doesn't keep a record of wrongs. Never created the idea, concept, construct, theory of hell. Unconditional love doesn't create a lion's den. Unconditional love doesn't create the lion in the street, nor the fiery furnace, nor turn it up 7 times hotter. Unconditional love loves unconditionally. We see things differently, and we're no longer limited to computing the algorithms of faith or the algorithms on a doom-scrolling machine, the result of greed, motive, pictures, business, capitalism. I have no desire to remain limited to your capitalism. It stinks. It's brutal. Have you ever really thought about it, investigated it, examined it, explored it? Have you ever begun to really explore the capacity of your own mind? Your spirit? Why call it spirit? Your energy? Why be religious? You don't need to be. Because before religion was ever invented, constructed, before dimensions ever existed in what we call time, space, gravity, 3D world, you loved me. I am. You were, I am. You were part of a community. You learned. You loved. You lived. Not by faith, not limited to molecules, not with some idea that you existed in some estranged land, a stranger in a strange land, and that you're supposed to believe a certain way and behave a certain way. And maybe the great master in the sky will grant you entrance to his blissfulness. So at the moment, I'm speaking from Eureka Springs, Arkansas, USA, a Victorian town of about 2,000, a tourist town in the Ozarks, Ozark Hill, Ozark Mountains, Victorian. But see, there is an energy brewing, formulating, forming, creating. And this creation communicates without syllables, without needing words. And you can learn to channel it, whether you call it God or not. You see, we haven't understood the universe. We haven't understood our mind. We have so limited each other, limited our consciousness. But the School of New Beginnings exists right here in Eureka Springs. And many will be moving here to help create the school that they create their own school in. Maybe you. This is the school of empowerment. This is the school of creation. The Meonics School of Creation. I am no longer interested in teaching people who just want to learn. That's not enough. Please hear me. Please hear my heart. Please feel my motive. So many people think they are estranged from the power of creation. They don't know they're the creator. You may not know you're the creator. You feel lost, unloved, unaccepted. We've all tried so hard to be wanted. We wanted to be wanted. I'm not interested in teaching those who want to know. I have no interest in it at all. I'm interested in teaching people who want to act, who want to become, who are willing to lead, who are willing to create. You see, I go back, I reference it so many times. John 14:12, Jesus said, if you believe in me, you will do, not believe. Believe in me, believe also in me, believe this, that, and the other. But if you believe in me, you will do the things that I do, the works that I do, the miracles that I do. To do the miracles, to operate in the power of joy, love, and peace, unconditional love, not the one of classification, categorization, comparison, critique, and condemnation. When you're ready to go where you've never gone, you're ready to do what you've never done. You're ready to take a damn chance. You're willing to risk. There's a risk. What if this guy's a nut? What if all this is a bunch of baloney? You choose. Day after day you choose whether you listen and what you do, whether you care for these words, whether you can see you in these words. Because if you come around me, you will begin to see you in the picture, no longer as a spectator, no longer as a sidelined servant wanting to serve the church, serve the authority of somebody that wants to wear a robe and a collar and say they're anointed. They're part of the fivefold ministry, and you're not. Oh, brother. I've shown you a lot of pictures this year, in the last 6 months. I have so many pictures. One of my favorite. Will you recreate you? Will you change what you wear? Will you no longer wear the motive? The motive? Will you no longer wear the information, the words, the vocabulary, the rules, the syntax, that which puts other people in their place? Will you no longer wear that? Will you no longer let their words fabricate you? Will you sow a dress of light on each other? On each other! It's not just we need each other to survive. We are all creators, and we are creating the one mind. We are entering that mind, entering the mind. We are entering the consciousness because we are creating deliberately with intention the gateway, the opening, the portal to experience the kingdom of God within. I really, really like this picture because as you begin to channel unconditional love, there is revelation. There is correction, and there are times of caressing. It's a romance. It is literally a romance. Where the intangible becomes tangible. The finite enters the infinite. The infinite becomes the vessel of the finite. The infinite and the finite become one. How do you think all those stars got up there? Billions of galaxies, billions of planets in every galaxy. Waiting for us to wake up. Come alive. Pardon me. I'm sorry that. Waiting for us to come alive. Waiting for us to grow up and not be people of fear. Learning who we are. Waiting to communicate through us. Because if all you want is to communicate with that for your edification, exhortation, and comfort, you stink. Or you're ignorant, or both. But see, love loves. That's what love does. Love does not confine itself to one person. My goodness. The more love you give away, the more love you will have, you will be, you will contain, you will create, you will communicate, you will share. Love has no hate. Love does not control. There's no jealousy in love. There's no fear in perfect love. There's a whole lot of pseudo-love around. My name is starting a school in Eureka Springs. They don't know where it will be. Will we have a building, a house, a campus, a hotel, a meeting room? Maybe we meet in the library. They have a couple of new meeting rooms. To let this energy flow. If you want it to come to you and stop with you, won't happen. You become your own barrier. You're the angel at the gate, keeping you from your promised land. Love is a flow. A flow of action, consistent action. Love is a data, a flow of information. Because love is a flow of energy that exists in the whole energy spectrum, not just the little slice of visible light. You see, amongst all these Victorian homes and Victorian buildings and tourists and people coming to feel the earth, feel the vibe, whatever you want to call it, there's something happening. There's an old man here. Some would call him, different things. But what do you call that person in your mirror? If you've heard my words day after day, if you begin to listen, who will you call you? Will you call you? Will you call you to listen, to learn, to create, to channel? Will you create a community? Heaven, if you ever see heaven, if you enter heaven, what we've called heaven or had some ideal about, you create it. While here on earth, to be not limited to this earth, we do this together. There's a concert of love. We heal each other by healing ourselves first. We enter the land of promise, the land of love. The operation of the new covenant, we don't need to be religious about it. We're becoming who we are, recreating ourselves to be cosmosites rather than earthlings, no longer limited to earth. I invite you to do something you've never done today. I don't know what it is, but I ask you to do something you've never done. Email me. I have a contact page on my website now. You can email me. You can write a poem. You can write a letter to God to Betty Sue, to Ralph, to Theodore. God, Jesus, Buddha, Confucius, but just write. But begin to write with the motive of love. I suggest you'll find yourself increasingly writing to love itself, the energy of love, the unconditional type. And no longer be confined, constricted, to conform to the ways of man. This is what we're about. This is what I'm about. And I'm looking for leaders. I'm not interested in growing a school of hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people learning more and more and more and still going to a grave. They just become more and more advanced in mathematics, biology, and the advancement of the human race that is so utterly brutal with each other, living lives of comparison, classification, debasement, ridiculing each other, body shaming each other. We've lost our joy. We've lost our identity. But it's not all lost. The spark remains. The spark of love. That spark within you of unconditional love. And that spark of unconditional love, motivated by your choice, can begin to flicker again. A joy that knows no bounds, is not limited to mankind, is never brutal. It's completely different than human love. Gosh, sorry. So this is what I teach, preach, write about, live. My name is Theodore. And I love you. Choose well, my friend, this day. Love you. Love that girl in your mirror. Love that guy. Love you. Forgive you. You forgive you of all the things you think you've done right or wrong, good or evil. Let it go. Because you're creating according to a different energy now. One of unconditional love for each other, you first. Please, and thank you. You can write me at theodoreureka@gmail.com. And you can contact me by my website, TheodoreCottingham.com. I know so many things I share sound ludicrous. And yet 20 years ago, I didn't feel old then. I began channeling. And I began to interface and engage with love. Love that gave me an entirely new picture of who I am, who we are, what consciousness is, and what consciousness creates, and what the universe is. Communicated with me time after time after time, saying, please don't shut me down. Please let me speak. Record my words, share them. Create a school for people to know. Create a school that will create schools. A school like no other school. A school where I speak. Love motivated. Love communicates. Love will teach. And teach you all things. If you want to put it in a religious context, it's the operation of the new and living, everlasting, eternal covenant. But I no longer need that framework because we're growing out of the flesh and all of its limitations. I love you. You're invited to speak. I invite you to record my teachings. I invite you to share them. Put them on your website. Create a website of your journey, a website of you waking up, a website. Outline these words, share them. Begin a fellowship group, a share group, a lunch group. Begin to do something you've never done. Begin to see you as a leader, no longer a follower. The greatest followers are leaders, and the greatest leaders are followers. The greatest leaders at times don't know whether they're following or leading, teaching or learning, because it all becomes one. It all becomes the operation of the infinite, intangible intelligence, consciousness of complete creation. Creating itself again through who will be it. Okay. I love you. See you later. Look in the mirror with love. Look at every cashier with love. Every neighbor, family member. You choose. Choose love. Choose the way of love. Choose the way of unconditional love. And let nothing of the past stand between you and love. Caress love this day. Love love. And let love teach you. Pick up your pen. Take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, an hour with a yellow tablet at the park, on the lawn, in the attic, the basement. Take a walk and take your recorder. Take your recorder. Record your thoughts. Record your surrender. Talk to love. And let love be your guide. Let love be your teacher. And this is the school of new beginnings. In Eureka Springs for now. Loving you all. Good day. Theodore Cottingham School of Cosmic Leadership, a school like no other. Your invitation has gone forth. Choose well. I love you. Good day. But if you come, you choose to love each other equally. You don't love just the teacher. You don't love just me or just someone else. You love the bitch, the bastard who hurt you. You love everyone that comes in humility. You love them all because you know what they really are. And you come in humility. Or please don't come. You don't come to learn. You come to become. To become, you have to learn. Yes, there's a process, but it doesn't stop with learning because we no longer limit the creativity of each other. And we're creating new ways of creation, communication, to experience the unlimited infinite. Okay. See you later. I love you. Good day. Thank you so much for listening. I honor you. I really do.